Hi there guys, it's Martyn here, and welcome to this unboxing or review of Doctor Who, The Five Doctors on vinyl. That's right, this is the soundtrack to the 1983 20th anniversary story, The Five Doctors. Now, for any Doctor Who fan, The Five Doctors is quite the story, for it's where the first five incarnations of the Doctor have, well, almost all of them, have to come together and defeat the Dark Tower, the Death Zone of Gallifrey. But if you want to watch the story, highly recommended. Now, bit of backstory to this. This was released by Silver Screen, as you can see there, The Five Doctors. I think it means 4 out of 8 of classic soundtracks newly released on vinyl. There are other Doctor Who soundtracks that you can get on vinyl from Silver Screen, such as in the 7th Doctor's tenure, you've got Survival and Ghostlight, the Caves of Androzani from the 5th Doctor, things like that. And just have a look at this. This is such a cool cover. Like, you've got all these paint splatterings for the different incarnations, and on the cover they've included Richard Hurndall's performance as the First Doctor. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, the actor who played the First Doctor originally, William Hartnell, died in 1975, 8 years before this story came on television. So Richard Hurndall was brought in to replace him, and of course, no one will ever be like William Hartnell, but just like David Bradley does recently, Richard Hurndall pulls in a good performance, in my opinion. And the music was by Peter Howell and the BBC Radiophonic Workshop. And it's hard to see, but the spine has a bit of the TARDIS on there, so I assume if you get all of these in the set, you know, you make up the TARDIS. Now, a few things here. There is the TARDIS console on the back, but The Five Doctors was noticeable at the time. It introduced a brand new TARDIS console, one that is pretty much synonymous with the 80s and that would continue to be used till the end of the show's original run. This is not that set. This is the old set, which was used from about, I don't know, the mid to late 70s and the early 80s. So I don't know why they put that on there instead of the flashy new one. But you've got the Cybermen there. The Cybermen do feature in this story. You also have Barusa, who is a key character in this story. I won't say any more for those who haven't seen it. And what does this contain exactly? Well, this contains all the score pieces that were created by Peter Howell and the workshop for The Five Doctors. Now, side A and B, if you can see there, on the first is the original television score. Side C and D is the special edition score. Now, in 1995, I believe it was, The Five Doctors was re-released onto VHS cassette with new effects and bits of the soundtrack edited. Now, pretty much all the cues on the first vinyl are present on the second. They've just labelled them special edition, but it's still really cool to have that as a feature, I think, especially if you've never seen the special edition, which I highly recommend. Now, if we open this up, like so, look at that. You have more beautiful sort of paint ideas. So there you have the Five Doctors in question that are in this story. You have the Master up there, he features. You have the Rastan Warrior Robot, one of the coolest one-off Doctor Who characters, monsters, whatever you want to call it. That's the bed of Rassilon, if you will. And let's have a scan at this. Now, it's hard to read all of this, especially for me with this distance, but it's basically a nice little note from Peter Howell himself, written in January 2018, basically explaining how it was nice to put this soundtrack on vinyl. That is really cool. And again, let's just all, I'm going to put this down, let's all appreciate this artwork right here. That's absolutely gorgeous. Now, being on vinyl, double vinyl no less, let's see how these look. And I've got 2 hands to do this time, so let's get the first disc out. Having a bit of trouble there. Jump cut. So here is the sleeve containing the first vinyl disc, and I believe this yellowy side, yep, that's side A, and that is side B. So both of them bar the seal of Rassilon, the Gallifreyan seal with a different watercolour. I'm going to take this out and show the actual disc to you. There is the actual disc, a nice good old vinyl, as they say back in the old days. But yeah, this plays beautifully on a vinyl system. If you have a good vinyl stereo system, this is the best thing you're going to play it on. And here is the second vinyl disc. This is the special edition score, as it were. And just having another look, there is the disc, absolutely beautiful. You can see in the light with all the grooves there. These are really well produced discs. And yeah, that is pretty much this copy of The Five Doctors on vinyl. This was a Christmas gift from the parents of my girlfriend Lauren, so if you're watching, thank you very much for this. This was a lovely surprise to open. I wasn't expecting this at all. And I think if you're a Doctor Who fan, and especially if you like the soundtracks of the classic stories, then one of these, or any one of these releases, is definitely a must-have. As I said, there are a few of the releases, I think 7 or 8 of them, so if you are interested, head over to Silver Screen. I think it's silverscreenrecords.co.uk, but if you just Google Silver Screen, you'll find them. Prices vary. I think if you want this on the website, it's about £24. Some of the single disc releases are about £17, £18, but they are limited edition, so if you are really interested and you want one of these, get it soon, because I don't know how long these things are going to last. But as I say, if you're a big fan of the music of Doctor Who and you want to own a piece of it for yourself on glorious 180 gram vinyl, then this release of the 5 Doctors is just one of many ways you can get it. And just to say, I don't know if it was picked specifically, but the 5 Doctors is a very special story. It was the second classic Who story I ever watched when I was 9 years old. The first was the 3 Doctors, funnily enough. So this story is very special to me, as I've watched it several times throughout the years, and it's still cracking, still holds up in many places. So if you like the 5 Doctors, you like Doctor Who, give this a try. But thank you very much for watching this video, guys. If you liked it, please leave a like below. Comment if you've got any Doctor Who soundtracks on vinyl. I'd be interested to hear. Leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and until the next one, I will see you guys next time.